security. All your loving arms keeping me from harm. Put your hand in my hand and we'll stand. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall, face it all together. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall, face it all together. Let the sky fall. Let the sky fall. We'll stand tall. Let sky
Sorry if I'm not making sense. I guess I'm still in shock. I knew there'd be a few accidents, but this wasn't quite what I thought. I was watching treetops as it rushed on by. Those giant screws so small, but now I lie beneath them staring at the sky, tracing the sun's burning crawl. No idea how long I've been this way. So many days blur to one. I know by now I should be feeling pain, but then this cold makes you numb. I know they say to just stay in one place and wait for help to arrive, but I've got to move this blood that's freezing in my veins if I have a hope to survive. Every day I repeat to myself that these horrible steps, they do still help. And some days I swear I really do let myself believe those lies are true. Every day I repeat to myself these horrible steps, they do still help. It's the only thing that I can do to keep myself from freezing through. 'Cause I'm trading in my cold and child.
Yes.
Child, dance, child, dance. Daylight is waning and night time's refraining, so dance, my child. Dance, dance, my Isabella was safely in your carousel. Dance through the spinning, just like your beginning, so dance, my child. Sleep, child, sleep. Sleep, child, sleep. Daylight is waning and night time's refraining, so sleep, my child. Sleep, sleep, my Isabella was safely in your carousel. Sleep through the spinning, just like your beginning, so sleep, my child. the time when the morn was with me, my caress a gentle gale, breath of spring like honey, wine is sweetness on the tongue. In a vision never opening my eyes, you're the flower in my hand, I am helpless.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Screen Test Student Fest. It's our 14th annual festival, and we are on our last event of the weekend. It's been a fantastic 2 days, and they really flew by. We had our local fest yesterday, showed a lot of great films. 2 of them have advanced on to tonight's festival, and this morning we had Screen Test Junior, which was showed films by students from all over the world, including throughout the U.S., Taiwan, Canada, Hungary, you name it. We just kept bringing them in. So we had a lot of fun doing that. And we just finished the chat with our filmmakers from the local fest to talk about film and talk about their projects and what came easy, what didn't come so easy. So it was a lot of fun, and we're going to have a great time tonight. We've got a lot of amazing, I'm saying some of the best high school films made anywhere in the U.S. and abroad. I am just so happy with this slate of films, and I think you will be too. And I'm going to ask you to watch each film carefully, because you're going to be able to vote for your favorite film after we show all movies. And I'm going to make sure you have your cell phone handy, because you're going to text, and we'll provide a phone number, and you're going to vote for your favorite film, and that winner will get a prize, a fabulous studio home game version of Screen Test Student Fest. So we're going to be handing that out. We also have a new award this year, which we put together not too long ago. It's called the Timmy, and it's for the best acting performance in a screen test film. Over the years, this is our 14th year, we found that filmmakers have become very sophisticated in their filmmaking, not just in composition, not just in sound, not just in picture, but also in selecting their actors, and that's really important. If you want to sell a movie, you've got to have the right people to help you do that in front of the camera, and those are your acting, your cast. And we've got some amazing actors in this year's films, and we're going to honor one of them with the Timmy Award, and I'm going to talk about the Timmy later on. What else? That's about it. So we're going to watch. We got a lot of awards. I've got 6 or 7 awards to give away right here. So we're going to be giving so many awards, and they're all cash prizes. just a lot of things going on. But right now, we want to start with the festival. We want to get the show rolling. And our first film tonight, this is a great one from Dallas, Texas. The filmmaker's name is Ricky Rodriguez, and it's something we haven't. It's a nonfiction documentary that we haven't received before, and it's about skateboarding. And it's a really fun, really cool perspective on what skateboarders do. So and it is called Skateboarding. So if you're all ready, you got your popcorn, you're snuggled into your couch, let's watch Skateboarding.
Skateboarding. It's that thing that when you see it at first, you don't understand it. You don't know what's going on. All you see is people jumping down or over or onto things. They fall over and over again, and you can't seem to understand why they do this.
Where does it say no skating?
Okay, see, this is a property. There is a camera. I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna hold you up. Record me.
Where does it say?
There isn't really any way you can understand this, unless you're actually the one out there doing it. This plank of wood with some wheels isn't just some toy to those so-called ignorant kids who cause trouble. It's more than that. It's the center of a whole different world for people. No matter what race, gender, or how you look, you can still skateboard as long as you put some effort into it. Yeah, you'll fall. And it won't be just once or twice. It'll be many more times than you can think. But even though those falls will beat you up, and you might not want to push forward, you should still do it. Push forward. Falling means you're progressing, that is, if you choose to get back up and try again. It's a lot like life. You see, life will knock you down. And when it does, you have two choices. Either you can quit, or you can get back up and you can try again. You see, skateboarding teaches you more than just how to do tricks. It also teaches you life lessons. We as skateboarders don't do this because we want to be or look cool or follow some type of hype. We do this because we love it. It's rather for that hypnotic sound of those four wheels rolling on the pavement, going faster than most can find comfortable. And that sensational feeling of rolling away from a trick that we fought so hard for. That's what really counts. That's what we love so much about it in the end. The feeling that it gives us, the satisfaction. Not the fame or the money or the other prizes that one can achieve by maneuvering that board in ways that seem almost utterly impossible to the common eye. This piece of wood may seem pointless to some, but to others, it means the world. It brings people together and forms relationships that can last a lifetime. And most importantly, it teaches us lessons that will stick with us throughout the rest of our lives. This is skateboarding, and it's only getting more popular. So why not take the chance, no matter who you are, and join us.
And with me now is the filmmaker of Skateboarding, Ricky Rodriguez. Ricky, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I really like your movie. Let me ask you something. Did you shoot all the footage first and then make the film, or did you decide to make a film and then shoot the footage?
I originally shot it all in the summer of 2017 on a VX 2000 as a skate video.
Okay.
But as I got my footage and I actually made the video, I started thinking, well, there's something else I want to do with this. So
Right.
let me figure out what it is.
Okay. And who's your narrator for the film? Do you narrate
It's
it?
actually my friend Alex Ray.
Why
No,
did
I
you?
did not narrate.
He does a really nice job. Why did you have him do it instead of yourself?
Because he's kind of the person that guided me throughout my entire skate process. So he's kind of like a big brother figure. So I was like, well, I owe him that much, so might as well.
And he does a really nice job narrating because you can tell he's speaking from the heart. You know, did you have to give him any coaching, or did it just naturally come out of him?
Well, I wrote most of it, but when I gave it to him, I told him, this is not what you have to say. This is what I think I would like you to say.
Okay.
If you feel there's a need to say anything else, go ahead.
And did he add his own stuff?
Yeah, there was a little bit of his own tweaks here and there. So
You know, I'm curious when you have something like what I would call a documentary. You usually have a lot of footage. So how much skateboarding footage did you have that you had to select from?
well, it was an entire summer of footage, and I shot it on tape. So it was, I want to say 12 tapes, which are an hour long, but I had to break it down
Holy
with
cow!
just 4.
So you had to sit down and pretty much watch 12 hours of footage to decide what you want to use.
Yeah, and I had to play it all back and, use the external camcorder to just get it on my computer. But
Wow.
It was worth it. So
Wow. That's kind of like old school stuff you're doing there.
yeah, it's kind of the staple skateboarding camera.
Oh, it is a staple of skateboarding camera. Okay, they have these. They have phones.
Well, I needed a fisheye that was big enough.
Yeah, like now I tell you. Yeah. Okay. All right. 2 things we got to talk about. That dude's back.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
pretty nasty. What's going on there?
So that actually didn't happen from him skating. He actually was sitting on a fence, and we were watching, and I was filming. And that fence you see in the background, the
Yeah.
triangle fence,
Yeah.
somehow it shook after I think a board went and hit it, and he just flipped and scraped his entire back.
But that's kind of just part of the whole, the cultures. You're going to get hurt.
Yeah, but as long as you get
Uh-oh. Ricky froze. Either that or he's thinking long about this answer. We're checking. Oh, you're back. Are you there?
I cannot hear you.
Okay, yeah, you froze
Yes.
up for a second. So,
Sorry.
and okay, now let's talk about the skateboard that goes into the car.
Oh, okay. The skateboard that went into the car was actually, we had a spotter, which is somebody who watches the board, but they got too close to the stairs, so when the board shot out, it went straight into the street, and we didn't even notice.
So what you're saying actually that there is an effort to not let the skates, not let the board kind of go somewhere where it shouldn't go. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, we always have a line of people, or we line up our boards so that never happens, but it happens sometimes.
And I take it that you also are an avid skateboard guy, dude.
Yes. I've
Um,
been skating since, I want to say I was 13.
It's a really cool insight into the people who do that. We don't get to see that. We don't know what you're thinking, and I think you helped do that. So I think you did a really nice job, Ricky. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks for talking to us, and we're going to move on now. So that was really wonderful. We started with Ricky Rodriguez, who made skateboarding, and now we're going to move on to our next film, and that will be presented by my co-host for the evening. A lot of us here at the Prairie Center know him as a former employee, but I think, millions around the world know him as a host of BuzzFeed, and particularly BuzzFeed Unsolved. I'm talking about no other than Shane Madej. Shane, how are you? You're muted. Oh, you're muted. We can't hear you. Wait. Hold on.
Why does Can you hear me now?
Yes. What an auspicious
Zoom-
debut, Shane.
How wonderful. Zoom always auto-mutes me. I don't know why, but I'm thrilled to be here yet again, even remotely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you've been with us actually in person here for the last 2 years, and of course, given the situation, we could not have you come out here, but we're so happy that you could join us online.
I'm happy to be here. I love to swing by and watch all these wonderful films.
And they really are great this year. So let's just catch up on your on what's happening at BuzzFeed. You're kind of shuttered in like the rest of us. And you did drop an episode of was it Unsolved yesterday?
Yeah, our season of Unsolved True Crime just finished yesterday, and we will probably be coming back with a season of Supernatural Ghost Hunting.
Yes.
In the future at some point. When we can go outside again.
Do you have other episodes in the can that you're going to show, or now are you just creating content in your own home?
We don't have anything for Unsolved at the moment, but I started sort of an offshoot, a new sort of little company. I'm still making Unsolved with BuzzFeed, but I started my own company with Ryan Bergara, who co-hosts that with me.
Sure.
So we've been making a bunch of new unscripted content over on a different channel. So we're still making stuff over there. Supernatural will return on BuzzFeed eventually, but in the meantime, we're over on the channel is called Watcher. So we've got a bunch of
So what should people look for to see it? How should they find it?
That's over on YouTube.com/Watcher. We've got a bunch of different series over there. We're doing some history stuff, some culture stuff, some food stuff. It's really fun.
I would think that if you searched Watcher online, you'd get some other interesting results.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. Let's be honest. You're sick of Ryan, aren't you? You're tired of working with this guy.
I'm pretty fed up with him.
You're fed up
and,
with
so that
you
so
can't
that's why
agree. You
I chose
cannot
to
agree
start a
on this whole
company with
ghost
him.
thing. You cannot agree.
No. But surprisingly, we do agree on pretty much everything else. So that's sort of the beauty of it. Yeah.
Well, you guys, after all this time, you still maintain a remarkable chemistry, the both of you, and I think that's, speaks to your popularity and that you guys are still going strong and getting millions of views. So, way to go.
Oh, thank you. Well,
Absolutely.
It all started out at the Prairie Center for the Arts in Schaumburg, Illinois.
Well, son of a gun. How about that? Are you ready to talk to some filmmakers?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do that. All right, I'm gonna throw it over to you, Shane, and then you'll take care of a couple films, and then I'll come back and take over for a couple more. So I'm gonna throw it over to you. Okay.
Sounds good. Okay.
That's all yours. Thanks.
Thanks, Rob. All right. So next up, we have a film called Better Off. This is from a director named Jules Brown. And it was co-written by Jules Brown and Kylie Boyd. They're both from Winnetka, Illinois. And actually last night, they won second place for the Local Fest. So already a gilded film. Let's take a look.
Do you think she'll be okay?
She'll be fine.
Somebody from the hospital would come get us if it was serious, right? They do that, right?
Can you stop?
We should go to the hospital and make sure she's okay. This is so scary. What if she's...
Can we stop talking about Mom? Maybe it's better if she's gone.
What? Brett, what are you talking about? It's Mom. She loves us.
Not when she's hammered.
You're being a jerk. Mom's in the hospital, and we don't even know what happened or if she's gonna survive, and you're making a sandwich. How can you not care at all?
I do care! Okay? About you. Which is why I can only pray that she doesn't come home from the hospital.
What the hell is wrong with you? She's not gonna die.
Maybe you're right. Maybe Mom will be fine. Maybe she'll come home and go to AA meetings for the next couple months until her next accident. And maybe, like last month, I'll be in the car again, except for maybe I'll break more than just my arm. And maybe next time it'll be you. Maybe.
Mom wouldn't do that. She's trying to get better.
You have no idea what it's like to be in the car with her when she's like that. She's not Mom anymore. She's totally different. So you better hope that phone call is somebody wishing their condolences.
Shut up! I hate you! I wish it was you that was dying and not Mom!
Get off! You got jelly. I'm leaving, Teddy. If Mom comes back, I can't stay here. Please, come with me.
Hello, Jules. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, great. Okay. Wonderful work on that film. We're here with we got this Jules Brown. You wrote this with Kylie Boyd, correct?
Yes, I did. She's one of.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. This is
No,
the joys of live streaming. Go ahead.
Yeah, she's a friend from school. Yep.
Oh, cool. So where'd the idea for this come from?
Well, I knew I wanted to do something with multiple different shots being displayed at once. So I thought something that really showed the actor's physicality would be good. So I wanted something with a lot of tension, and from there, just an idea of a conflict would be something with a parent, and then from there it was an alcoholic mother. So
I did notice the kind of putting the different shots on screen all at once did kind of amp up the sort of anxiety of it, and I really felt like a visceral effect from it. When you went into this, how tricky was that to pull off? Because it seems like a lot of the shots are shot differently, but still line up and are really in sync despite being shot at different times. Was that challenging?
yes, it was. I made 2 storyboards for this, and then I went through the script and marked down this shot will go from this line to this action, or from this line to this line. And in the end, it was like I had to go through and have a shot list that was very specific, and I had to make sure that the actors, we rehearsed it a lot before we actually shot anything, so that I could make sure that all of their motions and how they were saying their lines lined up. So yeah, it was a lot of pre-production work. When we got on set, it was just going over it a bunch, and then they're both Zach and Aaron are really good actors, so I got lucky with them.
Yeah, they're great actors, and it seemed like you directed them really well too. They felt like they had like a really natural kind of sibling rapport with each other. Did you, when writing this, did you draw on, because like I have a brother, and sometimes I'll see movies and I'll be like, oh, they really nailed the sibling nature of it all. Do you have siblings that you kind of drew on this to kind of write it?
Yeah, Yeah, I do. I have a younger brother, and
Oh, okay.
it's kind of the same thing where it's like, God, you're so annoying. Shut
Yeah.
up. But like deep down, you know, you love them.
Yeah. I wanted to see if there were any. Keep in mind we can take any questions from the comments if anybody wants to throw any on there for Jules. Had you made stuff before this, or are you thinking of doing stuff after this? Do you have any plans for your next project?
Yeah, I've made like 7 or 8 films through my school's film program. Next year I'm going into film production. I'm a senior, so I'm graduating, going into film production in college. Right now, hard to film anything with quarantine, but
Yes.
I've written like 3 scripts, and I would really like to make them my freshman year. So
Yeah, now's the time to really get the writing process taken care of, because what else is there to do? Someone
literally nothing.
in the comments asked if there's any directors who inspire you. Too many.
Yeah, there's so many. I think one just off the top of my head is Greta Gerwig, just because I like it when films tell stories that aren't often told, and I like seeing lots of representation. I think she does a really good job in her films with telling unseen stories, you know?
Yeah. Well, I want to congratulate you on this film. It's really good, and I'm really looking forward to see what you turn out in the future. Hopefully, during this quarantine, you squirrel away some more scripts, and then by the time it's all over, whew, you could have a field day with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Jules.
Great. Thank you.
We'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, there we go. Wow. This is the part where we would all applaud, but we're on the internet, so let's just send some good vibes toward Jules. It was really good. Next up, we have another film. This is actually from a filmmaker out of Calabasas, California. It's just my neck of the woods, I guess. I'm not in Calabasas. I think that's where the Kardashians live. But this one is called Cat. It's by a filmmaker named Madeline White. Let's take a look.
Hey, sweetie. Down the chin. Hey. Happy birthday, sweetie.
Dad, you killed my cat.
Hello, Madeline. Can you hear me?
Hi, yeah, I can hear you.
Am I saying that? Is it Madeline?
Madeline.
Oh, I did say it right the first time. Okay, when I introduced it, I said Madeline, but and then I second guessed myself. Wonderful, wonderful film. Where did the idea for this one come from?
It actually came originally. We wanted to make a film underwater, and like the idea of someone watching themselves from underwater.
Yeah.
And then we messed around with what kind of things that could symbolize, and we thought like the idea of being disconnected from yourself in terms of an addiction and then in terms of a family kind of played in.
Yeah, I was curious because anytime, I mean, I've shot a lot of stuff. I have not shot anything underwater. That seems like very daunting. Was going into that, it sounds like you were sort of setting yourself up with a fun challenge. Did it prove to be a bit of a challenge to do?
It was definitely a challenge. We made it as our senior film, and it was the first film I've ever shot with a budget. So we decided, okay, let's challenge ourselves with one thing, and the one thing was going to be underwater, and we'll buy a housing and we'll do it. And I had the most amazing DP, who's unfortunately sick right now, but he was all for it, but we didn't have enough money to get scuba equipment or anything. So every single take underwater is him going up and him and the actor holding their breaths. And then we had a weight at the bottom of the pool that they could hold on to stay down.
That's indie filmmaking at its finest right there. Speaking of the DP, all the shots are gorgeous. Like it seems like the very intentional photography work there. Were there any, for either you or the DP, any like influences that sort of really inspired you in making this?
Philip Lorca de Corsia was a huge inspiration, the photographer. We also just pulled a lot of, we both grew up in LA, so that kind of harsh lighting, and we wanted to make it nostalgic and have the vibe of the valley and like a paler color palette. So we kind of just drew from our own experience more than anything.
Yeah, it does have big valley vibes there.
Yeah.
Someone, let's see in the comments there. Someone in the comments asked if there's a message you want to get across in your films.
I think always. I think for this particular one, I was struggled on whether to have that ending or not. We actually shot about 5 different endings, and the reason we picked that one in the end is because the whole film is kind of like this big miscommunication, and it's about things that get left unsaid. And so I think the message that I want everyone to take away from that is say something. If you have to say something, say it.
Speaking of that ending, it's very. When I first saw it, it was almost a bit of fresh air at the end, because it's like it is this very tense. It feels very emotional when he's under the water. It's sort of ethereal and dreamy. And then when she says that last line, it kind of snaps us back to reality. And the way the music comes in, it feels a little more, not lighthearted, but it suddenly it's like kind of clears the air. Is it tough to, like you said, you shot 5 endings. Is it tough to kind of strike that balance between, okay, it's sort of fairly heavy, kind of serious, and then let's find a way to sort of relieve the tension a bit?
Yeah, definitely. And it got really mixed. It got mixed feedback. Some people really didn't like that lighthearted ending, and they felt that it kind of made a mockery of the whole film. Whereas I actually grew up in Australia, and here there's really dark. And so my way of dealing with things has always been making light of a intense situation. So I definitely wanted to strike that chord, and it took a lot of time to, especially in editing, to get the pacing of that right.
Yeah. Well, it worked for me. I loved it. Any projects on your plate next? What do you got lined up?
I am currently working on something for the Quarantine Film Festival, so I'm just trying to shoot something in
very cool.
my room with my family, which has been interesting. And I just finished writing a feature, so
amazing.
There, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for submitting your film for this, and congratulations. It's a wonderful little piece of work there. And best of luck to you in your future. I think you got a lot of promise. I think you're headed great places.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Madeline. Now I believe we're going to throw it back to our intrepid host, Rob Paleckis.
How are you,
Rob? Oh, I'm doing great.
You're I think you could make a career out of this. You're pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, keep at it. Keep at it. I'll give you some pointers after the show, but I think you're doing a really nice job.
I appreciate that.
Shane, you have a cat, don't you?
I do, yeah.
I have 2.
Do you have 2? I actually only got a cat a couple years ago, and I was not a cat person before that, but now I get it. They're great.
No man starts out as a cat person. I can tell you that.
No, I guess not. Yeah.
It takes a long time, and the influence of a loved one.
That's true. Yes.
All right. If you don't mind, I'm going to take over. We'll talk to you in a bit.
See ya.
Thanks, Shane. Okay, let's move on. We have another filmmaker from California. His name is Jackson Little, and he shot a really wonderful high-tension piece that we're about to watch. And why don't we get to it right away? It's called Static. So take it away.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Sherry, and the reason why I'm calling you today is to tell you about
No.
homeowners
Take me off your list. No. Lady, I told you to take me off the list.
Hey, James, it's Dan. How are those reports?
Dan, Sorry about that. It's been a little crazy here. Anyway, I'm almost finished.
Well, almost isn't gonna get it done. Get it done.
Hon, will you get the baby? I need like 5 more minutes. Jess! Jess! Hello.
Hey, baby. I just wanted to check in. I had to stop at the store and get some dinner for tonight. Is everything okay?
Wait a minute. Where are you?
I'm coming home from the store. I'm crossing Burbank right now. Is everything okay?
Yeah, let me call you back. Jess?
Little baby, don't say a word. I'm gonna find you a mockingbird.
I knew you weren't taking care of this baby. Always putting work first.
Oh, the baby's okay.
Well, it didn't sound like it.
Jess, what's going on? Why would you say you were out when you were home, Jess? Jess, you owe me an explanation.
Little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna find you a mockingbird.
Hey, baby.
And I just want to say that this film is sponsored by VTech, makers of baby monitors for every family. Hey, Jackson.
How you doing?
I'm looking at the comments. Nope, nope, nopity, nope. Jess, give the baby back. You're a creepy filmmaker, Jackson.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll tell you, it's really hard to get scares out, especially when you have nothing to start with, and you've created a tension in your filmmaking with the sound and acting. What was there? What kind of got you started on this project?
Well, we needed my film 3 class for Viewpoint, the school I go to. We needed to write a film and direct a film. Just as a project. And I always had this script in the back of my head, and I finally was just able to lay it down. And I thought, I could shoot this all in one location. I used my house, and, I just got started.
How long did it take you to shoot this?
This took 2 days.
2 days?
Yeah, it was a 2-day. We did it all week.
The production values are off the charts. They're just amazing. It's so good. I mean, did you storyboard it, or did you just kind of look at the room and see what would be the best shot?
So, well, I shot this in my house. So everything you see is my house. So I was able to go before the day we shoot, upstairs and look, what shots I really wanted and studied it. And, I was able to shoot at my house, which was a benefit.
Yeah.
And I was able to study the atmosphere and where I was.
There's a question here. Was this inspired by Paranormal Activity?
No,
It
not
was
at all.
not. Okay. So you kind of come from a filmmaking family, right?
I do.
And there's a lot of talent there. And your lead actor is was nominated for Best Acting Performance. Have we seen him before in anything?
Yeah. So he is. He's my brother. His name's Jason. He was in Free Willy as a child. He was about 12 years old, and yeah.
He does an amazing job. You know, you can tell. I mean, the guy has chops. I mean, he's great at it. What's it like working with your brother and shooting something? Is it easy? I mean, I would find it kind of awkward. I don't know. How did it work for you?
You know, it's I'm actually very grateful for it because I was able to bond with him on something on another level. And other than, making movies, there's not much that we could bond over because we don't really play the same sports and everything. So I was able to use this to bond with him. So, it was a great experience, and it was actually kind of fun directing my older brother.
Yeah, that's really cool. And did he give you a good deal?
Oh yeah, great deal.
That's good. There's a question from Bella. What are your favorite horror movies that came out recently?
Oh, recently, I can't tell you recently. I think my favorite horror movies are, Insidious, The Conjuring, the original Saw.
Yeah, yeah.
I really look up to James Wan.
Okay, sure.
And yeah, so
let me ask you this. I mean, you made a horror film, but is horror your thing, or do you think you find yourself going toward another genre?
Well, I just like to tell stories. I don't have a favorite genre. And I like making comedies. I like making action movies. I love making horror. But there's no specific genre I have that's my favorite.
How many movies have you made to date?
Well, I've made tons of bad student films, but
Bad Student Film. I think you should make a movie called Bad Student Film.
I mean, that's not a bad title.
Thank you. 10% right here.
There you go. I got you. But I made this in a movie earlier, about 2 years ago, called Easy Money. That did really well for me. So this and Easy Money have been my two main films.
I mean, I think this is a great resume film for you. It really is. I mean, you have such a handle of composition and shot and emotional impact. Do you know what school you're going to in the fall?
I'm actually going to DePaul. I committed today. I'm super excited about it.
Are you saying my DePaul?
I'm saying your DePaul.
This is Chicago.
Chicago DePaul. I'm super excited to go. I just committed today.
Fantastic. Yeah. We got some alum here, so that is great. Have you been to Chicago?
I haven't. I was actually scheduled to go out there on the 26th, but we can't. Quarantine.
Yeah,
but
it might be a little while, but it's a great city. You're going to have a great time.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Are you working on any of the other films right now, or are you just kind of taking a break and waiting for school?
Well, I've been writing while we've been, put inside. But I just got hired to do a documentary that I'm really excited about.
Fantastic.
It's about a rock star named Randy California, who is the lead singer in Spirit. And I can't wait. We're going into pre-production right now, and we're just going to start as soon as we can go outside again.
What's your favorite part of the process? Is it writing, is it shooting, or is it editing?
Definitely writing.
You like the writing?
I love putting everything down on paper and having, your blueprints and everything mapped out. So
yeah. Well, Jackson, I think you did a great job, and I think it's in your blood, man. So I think your career is going to take you far. And stop by Schaumburg if you're ever when you make it to Chicago.
All
well,
right.
we'll get you some Lou Malnati's pizza.
There you go. Sounds good.
Yeah, that means nothing to you right now, but it's going to change your life. Promise me. Promise you that. Okay.
I hope it does.
All right. Thanks, Jackson. Great job.
I appreciate it.
All right, we're going to move on to our next film. It is called Esperanza by a filmmaker named Chloe Campos. And again, this is, the cool thing about the festival this year is we're getting so many different and unique visions and films and really stuff that we have never seen before. And this is another example of that. I think you're really going to be moved by this film. It's called Esperanza, and let's take a look at it. Great. Okay, Esperanza by Chloe Campos. Chloe, hi, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
What a beautiful job. Start us out. How did you put this together? Because first of all, it's shot underground. I mean, it looks like you're really under like kind of cave-like trap setting. How did you put that together?
Well, actually, the cave was built by my dad, and it is fully made out of paper and wood, and sprayed with like some spray paint to add some texture. But it was pretty amazing because it looked like rock, and because of the lighting and everything, we could make it look like a real underground tunnel. So yeah.
So your dad put that together for you?
Yeah, it's a huge tunnel, like obviously because they were inside of it.
Right.
But yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So were they just kind of everyone just kind of crunched into this space to do this?
Yeah, so basically, I mean, it was like a pretty big tunnel, and it was in the basement. So there was two parts to it. One that could like come out so we could get the side shots, and then we could close it and I could get the interior shots of them inside the tunnel. So we had a lot of flexibility with it.
Wow. We have a question from someone on YouTube. It's from Ram. Inspiration for the film? Wow, it says. Inspiration?
Well, my dad immigrated here from Nicaragua, and a lot of my uncles have immigrated here from like Mexico, and just so I've heard a lot of stories of the realities of immigrating that aren't told that often, like families having to separate because of money and like other reasons. And so you have to make decisions like to give your kids a better life, and that means separating from them and making really horrible choices like that. I just felt like I hadn't really seen anything about that.
Well, I think that's really interesting you say that, because the horrible choice is that the female stays behind and the male goes. And is there a rationale for that?
Yeah, so actually the female's the mom, the male is the son, but he has a mustache in it, so it makes it seem like he's older, but she's basically letting both of her kids go, sending them off to America to have a better life, and she's going to stay behind and do what she can to then go. And
when you make something like this, do you kind of imagine in your head what would happen in this story afterwards, or do you just kind of leave it at that?
I mean, yeah, honestly with this, I hope that maybe in the future I can turn it into a feature, just because I love making really emotional films. Like I love getting a reaction out of my audience, obviously. And so, yeah, I mean, I would be interested in making a feature and seeing what I could come up with as the before and after of this like point.
I have a question from that one kid, Maddie. The question is it easier or harder to write a film without words?
It is a lot harder. I had to write this film to get into the college that I'm going to, and so the prompt was to write a 2-minute film that has no dialogue but has someone making a decision. And so I was like just thinking about different ideas, and then obviously it's just really hard because there's no dialogue, so I was afraid that people aren't going to understand it, but through all the motions and everything, I think it came across pretty clear.
Well, let me ask you this, because Karina Rodriguez is nominated, one of our 5 nominees for the Best Acting Award. She's tremendous. Where did you find her?
Amazing. So all of the actors besides the little boy, he goes to my school, or not little boy, like teenage boy, he goes to my school.
Okay.
But Karina and Sophia, the 2 girls, we put out a casting on this website.
Wow.
Basically said, this is going to be a content for content thing. So it wasn't pay. It was just like, if you want to make art and be involved, we want to be involved with you. So we held a casting and had people come and audition. And those 2 were the ones that struck my eye. That was a weird, like just stuck with me very well.
Yeah, no, I get it. Do you, when you're with them, I mean, obviously there is no dialogue, so you kind of have to direct their emotions and their reactions. Was that, did you find that difficult, or was that kind of an easy, natural process? Oh, no.
Well, I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult than it was. I think that was because of how amazing they were. Oh, wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. You're good now. You're good.
Okay. It's pretty easy just because of because they are such amazing actors. Like they could get the tears rolling like this, reset, and then next take get them rolling even better. And like their emotion was there 100% the entire time. So it made my job very easy. I'm not gonna get used to that because obviously it's gonna be difficult with whoever you're working with, but they were just so amazing that it really was not that hard.
Would you like a career in directing?
Yes, 100%.
I think that's wonderful, especially in this festival. We have so many female directors, and that's something you don't see a lot of in the professional world. I think the tide is changing, and I think people like you who are so good at it are going to make that happen. So congratulations and good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
I wish you the best. It's a great film, so thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. And I want to say to all our filmmakers, stick around for the whole festival. I've got a shelf full of awards to give away. So I'm going to here's one right here. Wait, I'm hiding the name, so I'm not going to show it. But we're giving away a lot of awards. So I'm asking all the filmmakers, you might be one of them. So continue to watch, continue to listen, and see if you are, because we're going to bring you back online. We're going to bring you back on to accept your awards. So do keep watching. I think it's time. Is Shane there? Yeah, I'm bringing him in. Here he comes. Shane Madej. The one and only. Here he comes. Shane.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Wow, these are amazing films.
They're very good.
You know, a lot of them are California. There must be something going on there that these good films are being made. You know?
Well, out here we see the movies, the theaters out here. It's like our churches in a sense. I can't go to...
You eat, sleep, and breathe.
That's right. I'm sort of losing my mind right now because none of us can go to the movie theaters. But
how about that, right? And you've watched all of Netflix by now.
Yes, I've devoured it. I've seen everything.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm going to take a break for the next film. So if you don't mind introducing and presenting it and talking to our next filmmaker, I'd really appreciate it.
Of course.
Great. Take it away. Thanks.
Sure. Next up, we have a film from another local California filmmaker, Colin Wang. And this is actually his second year in the Screen Test Student Fest. The name of the film is The Other Side. Let's take a look.
I got a new shirt today. I always call Kyle whenever I have good news. Guess he's busy again today. Maybe he's celebrating his birthday again. I'll try again tomorrow. I always go to Chinatown when I want to have some time alone. I love tea and lanterns. I used to come here with Kyle a lot. He liked the fish and the fountains. We never really talk much, but I know he really does enjoy the time we have together. He's always thinking about something. Probably about his goldfish. I asked Kyle to have dinner with me tonight. I hadn't seen him in a while. He told me he loves sushi, so I picked this place for him. I don't know where he is, though. I don't think he'll be here anytime soon. I'm tired. He'll probably come here tomorrow after soccer practice. I'll try again, Dad. My stomach didn't feel too well after the Japanese food I had last night. I heard alcohol makes your stomach feel better. We always went to this church when Kyle was young. He never liked the silence back then. I guess people change when they get older. Kyle started to talk to me less after he grew his beard. Guess they make it harder. I thought I saw Kyle today. He told me he'd be looking forward to hanging out with me today. I think that was him. Never wears shirts like that. I don't think Kyle ever told me about sleeping at the bus station before. I guess young people like to try out new things. He kept talking about his 35th birthday and his old job in Virginia. I don't think he's ever been to the East Coast. I don't remember very well.
I saw a friend today, it had been a while. We forgot each other's names, but it didn't matter, 'cause deep inside the feeling still remained the same. We talked of knowing one before you've met, and how you feel more than you see, and other worlds that lie in spaces in between, and angels we can see, and all the faces that I know have that same familiar glow. I think I must have known them somewhere once before, all the faces that I know. And when my mind's involved on my private little screen, and I'm walking blind through a sea of unknown men, I hear a voice reminding there across the street walks an old forgotten friend. And we don't have to say a word, it's really better left unsaid. Just light through eyes that recognize all the faces that I know, all the faces that I know, all the faces that I know.
Well, there we have The Other Side by Colin Wang. Colin is actually not here with us at the moment, but Rob, you so you can probably speak about this. Colin, actually,
we're trying to find Colin right now.
Okay.
We can't. We do try to. We do require that all the filmmakers be present to introduce their films. Sometimes it happens where they can't connect, and we do understand that. But we do like to hold off at the last minute. Maybe they'll jump on at some point, but we still don't have Colin. So, but it really is a lovely and touching film.
It's really interesting because it strikes a tone that it does feel kind of hopeful, but it's obviously a very heartbreaking subject matter. It kind of sneaks up on you because going into it, you don't really have a sense for what's going on, and when it hits you at the end, it's very, very affecting.
Yeah, and so tenderly treated. And Colin was in the festival last year. Did a documentary just short about his grandparents. And he just seems to capture the emotion of the people he shoots, and I don't know much about the actors in this, but it's just really nice how he does it,
I would be very curious to see. I was kind of interested to know how anyone sort of emotionally prepares themselves to work on something like this.
Yeah, no kidding.
For such a long time.
Right.
But curiously, and this is one of the things that I just love about filmmaking in general is that even if it's a small indie project like this, it's like when you work on something like this, even if it's a heavy subject or something, there is such like an air of I don't know, it's very restorative to work on something like this. And the mood on set, even for like horror movies or something like this, where it's, it's a very heavy subject, is very, there's camaraderie, or you're making something. It's a weird sort of silver lining to something like
this. I think I get that. I think it has something to do with, them being young and hopeful. It's good. I mean, it's a nice energy. It's a very positive energy. So, all right, thanks, Shane. I'm gonna handle the next film, and then we'll come back to you for a couple more, and we'll keep going. So, thanks. We'll see you soon.
See you in a bit.
I do want to talk a little bit about the Prairie Center Arts Foundation. If you go to ScreenTestStudentFest.org, which is our website, you'll see a link to donate money. As you know, this is a free festival. You can log on and watch it. It was free last year when we had everyone here in person. We just started making it free. And of course, hey, Sean, can you give us the shot of the studio? And you'll see all the people there who are working right now. We got them? We're seeing them? So we're seeing everybody working, and we have a whole staff here working on this festival. And it's something we love doing, but it does take money. And I know that there are a lot of causes, and there's a lot to worry about now. We want you to worry about them too and take care of them. And if you have any spare change, please consider it giving to the Prairie Center Arts Foundation. Perhaps consider donating a movie ticket price to Screen Test. We'd love that. And we have operators standing by. Operators standing by. John, do we have that footage, John, of operators standing by? I think we do. I think they're coming up right here. Are they there? Yeah. Oh, there they are. Look at that. Man, well, they seem busy. They're answering calls. All right, get that out of here. Lose it. Get rid of it. Man, there goes every penny we could have made right now. We just lost it. Anyway, please just think about it, okay? We'd love to, get some support. We want to keep making this free. We want to keep bringing it to you. We want to keep bringing Shane in. So help us out if you can. Appreciate that so much. Let's move on with the festival. We have our next film. It's called Brutus, and it is an animated short. This film won Best in Show at last night's Local Fest, and you're going to see why. The filmmaker is Julia Samborski, and it's an animation to a song called Brutus by an artist named The Buttress, and it's gonna just really blow you away. It's really cool. So let's watch Brutus.
His words so contrived. I hate the way the townspeople gather outside. They hang on every breath.
strike me down if I forsake you. Fratermeus, you're beautifully made into you. I'm forever grateful. I'll never forget that you showed me to make art. And I know the love you showed me came from a pure and noble heart. I love you, and if you want, I'll call you king. But why do I lie awake each night thinking instead of you, it should be me? Something wicked this way comes. And as I said to face it, I'm unsure. Should I embrace it? Should I run? What motivates me? Hatred? Is it love? What's more wrong that I too wish to be great and my mother wished she'd had a son? And even if I can't be the one, maybe I could at least help make way for him until the day that he comes. Maybe my name could also be known, that I help return good to the people and restore greatness to Rome. My name is Brutus and my name means heavy. So with a heavy heart I'll guide the stagger into the heart of my enemy. My whole life you were a teacher and friend to me. Please know my actions are not motivated only by envy. I too have a destiny. This death will be art. The people will speak of this day from near and afar. This event will be history and I'll be great too. I don't want what you have, I wanna be you. I always knew I could be the one, though I feel the endless pain of being, and I am scorched by the sun of humble origins and born of the cursed sex. My name is Brutus, but the people will call me Rex.
Brutus by music by The Buttress and animation, incredible animation by Julia Samborski. Julia, hello.
Hi.
Where do we start? We talked a little bit earlier. How long did it make you to put this together?
3 months, made out 2,400 frames approximately.
Unbelievable. Let me just ask a couple questions here. There's a recurring theme of blood on the cheek.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool motif. How'd you come about that?
It was supposed to show that no matter whether or not Brutus rose to power, like, fairly or not, she would always be stained by that one crime of just pure envy and spite against the one man that she claimed to be her best friend, her brother, basically.
Did you do any research into the Julius Caesar story for this?
I read it when I was in, like, 10th grade-ish, 11th.
Okay.
And I also did research on the artist's intention with the song.
It's just amazing how much work you put into this. And how are you trained in animation? Do you have any training?
It's more along the lines that I just practiced. Like, in freshman year, I was super bad at it and didn't like doing it at all. But over time, I got better and better and better because I did basically every day.
Yeah, but your cutting is so rapid and the timing is just so right. Do you have influences? Is there someone you followed to take on this style?
Well, I mentioned that I really like Gravity Falls earlier, but I also watch a lot of animatics and animation on YouTube for like musicals and stuff because that generally gives you the idea of like how you should frame things for scenes, like, oh, an upward shot, downward shot sort of idea of how that would present the character, shading, et cetera.
Yeah. You have a great color scheme in this because it's mostly black and white, but you do introduce color at some points. Can you say why?
To be honest, the black and white is kind of out of convenience because it would take such a long time to color every single frame. But I thought that if I wasn't going to be using color, I should
use color for that one scene because it's sort of like her fantasy sequence. It's like this fully realized reality that she sees, that if she gets the crown, she will basically be king and everything will be finally great for her. But when she does get the crown, everything's still the same. Everything's still black and white and nothing is great.
Sure. So obviously in history, Brutus was a man. Why did you change the gender of the character?
Well, that's kind of how the artist presented it with this song. But more so, I think it just strengthens the point of her just being like this unrecognized, unappreciated, lesser member of the spotlight, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. There's a question from Carol on YouTube. What gave you the idea to start this?
Well, the project in general or just this song?
This particular project.
Well, my teacher actually suggested it to me after doing all the assignments for his class in animation, and he thought, hey, maybe you can make a little animated short for this little contest. And I chose Brutus because it was my favorite song.
It's an amazing track. It is a great song.
I listened to it like straight for 6 months without like
It's so good. And I know that we need to clear rights to use songs, and you actually emailed the Buttress and you shared the email with me. And I know, and I can understand this. She doesn't want to give it away too much, but she seemed to kind of acquiesce here, to be like, okay, don't make money on it and it's all cool. So have you got a chance to share this with her?
I shared a bit of it with her. She hasn't really been on Twitter lately.
Yeah.
I was so afraid of not being able to contact her, and she was just like, oh, wow, I can't believe you asked permission for this thing.
Well, that's the right way to do it, because otherwise you might get blocked out of, being able to show it at all. So,
yeah.
I'm just so impressed with your style. Are you an animator at heart? Is that how it's going to be for a long time?
Yeah.
Do you kind of relate this in all in terms of actual narrative, regular film? Do you think in terms of movies, or do you just think in terms of comic book, animation, anime, things like that? Or
I think in general, just in writing, it's just animation is easier because you get to control every little element of a scene.
Okay.
Like you don't have to ask somebody else how to position themselves or how to put the camera, because that's all you. That's
all you. And you're alone, so you're the one at the end who does this by herself.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just a wonderful job. I think you did a great job, and congratulations. Do you have anything else in the works?
I'm working on something at the moment called Deliveries from the Wasteland, which is about a delivery girl in a post-apocalyptic Ghibli world.
Yeah.
I'm also doing some other stuff for some other people.
Well, I think you're going to be in high demand. So, do you know what you're doing for school next year?
I'm not certain yet.
Okay. Well, you've got about 20 minutes to figure it out. So,
cool beans.
There's always the gap year. There's always the gap year. So, Julia, really congratulations on this achievement. So, thank you so much. You won Best in Show last night. Stick around, see how it goes tonight.
Fingers crossed.
All right, thanks. And that was Brutus. Let's bring Shane back in. I think we're bringing Shane back in. He's there. He's talking to his agent right now, so he can't really get to us that quickly. There you are.
Here I am.
Did you have a costume change?
No. What?
I didn't notice that jacket before. I'm so into the movies. I didn't notice that.
I know.
Could you please could you consider a costume change? I think your fans want it.
What do you want me to do?
What do you got?
What
do you got?
Now,
I don't know.
Well, let me see what I got here.
All right.
Oh wait, I got something.
Okay, that's good.
All right. Here, we'll go with.
All right. Yeah, you can leave the shirt on underneath. That's fine.
Yeah, this is a normal thing to wear. A long sleeve black button up under a Hawaiian.
This is. We'll call this your quarantine shirt.
I didn't know we were going to do a Whoopi Goldberg at the Oscars thing.
Whoopi Madey. That's
yeah.
I think you should go with that. So, well, listen, it's great to have you back. I think you're going to take over for a couple movies here, so it's all yours.
Okay, great. Also, shout out to Julia because she said in the comments that she watched a lot of BuzzFeed Unsolved while working on Brutus.
Cool.
So I don't want to take any part in claiming responsibility for inspiring that film, but
hey, man, take it where you can get it, and I think you get a lot of it. So, and it's nice to have people who appreciate your work. So
yeah, it was really
cool.
that one was really good. It gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. All right. All yours.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Next up, we have a film, as this is an international festival, we've got one all the way from Austria from a filmmaker named Julian Schmiederer, and it is called Pressure. Let's take a look.
Unlike you, freedom, liberty, independence, freedom, liberty, independence, freedom, liberty, independence, independence, independence. Where can I find it? Just trapped in the arms of ecstasy. Just trapped in the arms of ecstasy. Just trapped in the arms of ecstasy. Forced to be happy. Alone again, on my own again, with myself, do what I love, not what I get told from them. Do I have to please them? Don't adapt, not again. Celebrating freedom just as a party toast. Striving for freedom and compulsion itself. Why I'm coming back to the thought of breaking out. Is there a limit for everything? Why do restrictions regulate us and regulations restrict us? Why I'm coming back to the thought of breaking out. Am I able to do what I want? Do I have to follow the line? Why I'm coming back to the thought of breaking out. Is it possible that I'm stuck in the system? Where's the emergency exit? How am I going to accomplish my thought of breaking out? Second the moment, the point of the impact.
Have we lost Shane, or is he seeing how long he can hold his breath? I'm not sure. Well, I'll talk to you. Julian, how are you?
Very fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Congratulations on this impressive film. Can you tell us how did you come about with this concept?
Kind of difficult to explain, but basically, I think it was now 3 years ago. We did an audio play project and we did a brainstorming thing. And we came up with the idea of telling a story of somebody that's falling down from somewhere. Originally, it was like falling down from a building.
Mm-hmm.
And then some months later, I came up with the idea, maybe I want to do something underwater. And I got to the same people I've worked with on this audio play. And I was like, hey guys, I just thought about doing a film completely underwater. What do you think about it? And do you remember this idea from somebody falling? And then from this, it just evolved basically. And I wrote the script for 1.5, 2 years. And then we shot it. Actually, exactly 1 year ago was our last day of shooting today.
Who is the performer who was underwater for all this time?
It's actually a dancer from another Austrian city, from I think he's from Klagenfurt in Carinthia.
Okay.
And we just found him by accident, basically, because we had another actor first, and literally 3 days before the shoot, he called me up and was like, "Hey, Julian, I'm so sorry, but I just talked to the doctor and I have a serious lung disease.
Oh my gosh.
I can't dive." And I was like, come on. Like, really, we had all the equipment already packed and up in the cars, and we're heading to the shooting location. Then he just called me up, and then luckily he gave me the number of Ibrahim Ali, which is now the actor, which did a wonderful job, and I'm so proud that he did it for us. And yeah.
So
Really,
when you're, I just want to talk tech a little bit more. So when you're shooting underwater, are you also underwater, or is it just the cinematographer? How does this work?
Basically, we had all the time we had 3 people underwater, which was the actor, a safety diver for the actor, and an underwater assistant directress. And the camera was actually mounted on a crane outside of the water, and we just put the crane into the water.
And
it's
in a box that housing for the camera.
The scuba cam.
Sure.
Housing. So we just put the crane down there.
It appears that you have some. It appears that you have some budget for this film? Is that you had some money to spend?
Actually, not that much, but yeah, this wouldn't be possible without any budget. Definitely not.
Because it just looks it's so intricately shot and beautiful. I'm just wondering, when you're making something like this, there's that line, the medium is the message, and is your goal to find the beauty in the shot? Are you telling a story? Because you also have an incredible sound design in this film. I'm just curious as how you all put this together, and how does that tie into what you want to do?
Basically, the medium is the message is a very good motto, or
sure,
you can say, for this film, because I chose to do it underwater, and then I came up with the idea of something with freedom and breaking out of the pressure of the society, and then like the closest thing you can get to freedom for a human is flying, and it's been since the ancient Rome and even further.
Yeah,
people wanted to fly, so they're free like birds. And then the closest thing that you could get to flying is basically diving or swimming,
sure,
or being in water.
Sure.
But it's also this dangerous thing because you can't breathe down there. So
no, right. Shane, you're back. I'm sure you had a question or two for Julian.
Yeah, incredible filmmaking right there. I wanted to know if there were any influences, particularly for the top of it. It reminded me a lot of sort of like a Koyaanisqatsi, or just, the photography up top was incredible. How did you go about doing all those time lapses around the city?
Sorry?
How was it going around doing all those sort of time lapses? And I mean, the photography in general is pretty incredible up top.
Yeah, these time-lapse shots, it basically was just my DP and me wandering around my hometown for a whole day, and just shooting what we found, basically. This was the most unplanned thing about the whole shoot. And we were just happy that just two people got out there with a camera and a tripod and just filmed. We're like, look, this is nice. So it's completely different to shoot underwater.
It seems like that half versus the half in the tank is probably a stark contrast in the ease of filming. And the only other question I had, the song in it, and maybe you guys covered this, my connection was not.
Oh, we didn't.
Was that original, or was it written specifically for? The film? Did you? Because I'm very curious with stuff like this, if the song is in place beforehand, or it was just so matched to it that I was curious where it came in the process.
Basically, the text of all this is a poem I wrote when I wrote the script. So I wrote the script, and within the script there was already this poem. And then I just composed the music to the image.
Oh boy!
Also inspired by the music by Philip Glass from Koyaanisqatsi and other very, very great musicians from all around the world. And then I had the opportunity to really record this music with real musicians and real artists, which I'm also very proud of. And I had a musician, actually a rapper from my hometown, which influenced me as a child very much, and also which I aspire for his voice and the way he's talking and he's expressing. He read the poem for me, and I just put this in place to the music.
That's incredible. It's really an affecting film. Keep on following your gut with these things. What are you up to next?
We're just working on a documentary right now, and I'm actually already writing on my next short film for my diploma next year. So.
Well, amazing. I think I speak for all of us when I say we're very much looking forward to it, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Julian.
Thanks, Julian.
Thank you.
And here you can see me. I'm functional.
Yeah, Shane, we were worried about you. We actually jumped into action, so when the paramedics show up at your door, please tell them you're okay and to go away. So.
That's what the knocking.
Yeah, that's what it was. And I'm sorry about that. And
there's some axes in my front door at this point, unfortunately.
Okay, so you're back, and you got another film. So I'm out. for now.
All right.
Thanks.
Our next film is actually from someone who has been submitted. I think this is their third screen test appearance. It's from a fellow named Will Nordstrom. He's from Pacific Palisades, California, and this one is titled Rita. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'd like to schedule a piano lesson, please.
We give 1 hour lessons. When would you like to schedule it?
Whenever you can.
Okay, so we only have appointments for next month, so I need a couple of things. First, what's your age?
I am 16.
Well, is there a parent or guardian I can talk to?
18. Sorry, 18. I misspoke.
I'm confused. What's your age, sir?
Hi.
Hi.
Do you have a sandwich?
What?
Do you have a sandwich?
No, I don't think so.
Oh. Okay, never mind. Do I know you from somewhere? Cause I don't know.
I don't think so, no.
But you seem familiar.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. I'm Rita.
Can I excuse myself for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Hi, I'm Erwin. Hey, I'm Erwin. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Erwin. This is my house. Hi, I'm Erwin. What's your last name? What's your middle name? Hi, I'm Erwin.
Hey, do you know what kind of keyboard this is?
It's kind of old. I don't really know what kind of that keyboard
Look,
is.
I don't know if you have the time for this, but would you like to go out to dinner?
What? No, I don't think I can.
So, you know how when you're playing piano, you're using both of your hands?
Yeah.
I just think that's, it's like your hands have two different brains because they're operating differently, but then it's making the same sound, but it's like they're independent of one another. You know when they say you're right-brained or left-brained?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, like a harp or a violin or a cello. It's literally a string. It's literally a stringed instrument, which is why I just think it's so weird because people are then it's like, well, it's not, but I don't know. I just think it's interesting. Do you know that game? It's word association or something, and I'll say a word, and then you say the first word that comes to your head, and then I say the first word that comes. I say the first word that comes to my head from what you said. It's like word association.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll
You wanna start? Okay.
Yeah. Beach.
Ocean.
Swimming.
Sport.
Team.
Friends.
Family. That's okay. We can start over. It doesn't need to be that long. We can start with beach again. Beach. Ceramic.
Metal.
Wow, this is so interesting.
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know. Answer me an easy one.
I win.
That's not how this works.
Whatever. What are you interested in?
I like acting, I guess.
Nice. You should come see one of your shows, if you ever have any.
Yeah, I'm in a school play.
Really?
Yeah, but
When?
You shouldn't come.
No, I mean, I'd love to. When is it?
Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there.
It's really small and kind of bad. I don't think you'd like
No,
it.
I'd love to.
Okay. I mean, I really don't know. I mean, do you even go to see shows? Do you even
I mean,
plays?
yeah, I'd go to see yours. I don't really
But
care.
I just...
Hi, my name is Jacob.
Hi.
If you need anything at all, please let me know.
Do you have a sandwich?
Unfortunately, no, but I can make one.
No, it's okay. I'm Rita, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
You too. I think I've seen you somewhere.
Oh, yes, around town.
Hey,
Hi.
you're great.
Thank you.
So what's your real name if you're not Rita?
It's Ruby. Rita's a character.
Do you still want to hang out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to.
I like how old this piano sounds. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I've been taking lessons recently, but I don't even know if I'm getting better. So what's new with you?
Nothing much.
Nothing? Anything?
No, not really.
Nothing? Anything at all?
I have to go.
You have to lean into it.
Oh, thanks. Bye. Hi.
Hey.
Do you have a sandwich?
I don't know. I could make one.
Okay. I'm Rita. Nice to meet you.
I was muted. Okay, we're here with Will. Will, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Incredible film. You've had a few in the screen test at this point, right?
Yeah.
This is your third, I think? Fourth? What?
Third. I think third.
Third.
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed with the film, I'm always sort of on the edge of my seat trying to figure out where they're going to go, because this actually ended up being like a really sweet kind of fun story. But I noticed halfway through, I was like, I don't know where it's gonna. Is that something you intentionally do? Do you like to kind of keep the audience guessing as to the outcome of these things?
Yeah. I like kind of having like it seems like it's kind of like, oh, lighthearted, but there's also a little bit of like creepiness and like weirdness to it. I really like the clash of like the different genres kind of.
Yeah, there's it kind of reminds me a little bit of old Paul Thomas Anderson, where like sometimes when you're watching his stuff, you're like, where's this going? So the actors here they feel really sort of naturalistic, and their conversations feel really authentic. How much of that is scripted ahead of time? How much do you like put them together to really like? Did they already know each other going into this, or did you kind of have to walk them through it?
They have never met each other. They're just like don't even, they're like Cleo, the girl who played Rita, she goes to my school, and the guy Tuck Gesner, he goes to Malibu High, I think, and so like they've never met each other, and basically they don't even like, they're not even thinking of being actors. Like I purposely did that. I purposely just got two people that just are like, oh hey, like you want to do this movie? And they're like, sure. So then they did it, and I had kind of like outline dialogue, but I usually like right on the set, I'll tell them like exactly what to do, and like I'll kind of like act it out myself, and then they'll see like how they want to act it like in that sense, kind of.
Yeah. And you also, did you compose the soundtrack for this as well?
Yes, part of it, like the beginning like orchestral thing, that's kind of
yeah, that's gorgeous.
Thank you. That I did on Logic. It wasn't like an actual orchestra, but did it sound like an actual orchestra?
It did actually. Yeah, it was wow, very impressive.
But the drums like the drumming soundtrack, that's from like a really unknown like Paul McCartney song. That's just instrumental.
Where do you start when you kind of get like the little kernel of an idea for a film? Because like the stuff you made always has, it's sometimes very enigmatic. The characters are always really interesting. When it, like with this movie, how did it start out for you? Was it the shape of the story? Was it the characters? Was it a tone that you were going for?
I think the tone, or the character, actually, the characters was, I was really inspired by Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah.
It's like Barry Egan, the main guy in it, he's like super like uncomfortable, and everything's like anxious, and like he has to do everything.
Yeah, the little drums paired with like the tracking shot reminds me of him walking through his little plunger factory or whatever.
Yeah, and the idea of just being like thrown into something that you don't really want to do, but you get something good out of it, or like whatever people want to think out of it. But I kind of, the story, I was kind of inspired by Paul Thomas Anderson's Phantom Thread, because that's like a weird relationship. It's like a weird like romantic story, but that's like kind of creepy. But
specifically when I mentioned him earlier and I was talking about not really knowing where this was going to head, it did remind me of watching that movie for the first time, where I was like, is someone going to get murdered here? And
and definitely like that idea of just like a creepy, like you don't really know what's going to happen. Yeah, like what you said.
So what's next for you? When you finish making something like this, do you have it in your head what you're doing next? Does it happen during the film? Are you like, ooh, I know what I want to do next? Or do you take a little time off?
Right now, I'm kind of like, even though like we're all in quarantine, I'm kind of like stuck on like what I'm going to do next. I have like little snippets.
You've got an excuse. This is the time.
Yeah. But for some reason, it's harder. Like whenever I wrote these stories, it was kind of like in the middle of like school and everything. But like right now, I'm like, I totally have time to think of a story. But like it's just harder when you're like forced to.
Yeah.
It's weird.
One quick question from the audience. Bella wonders if you've ever seen the film Submarine. She was reminded of that. I think that's the Richard Ayoade film.
No, I haven't.
Oh, well, it's a good film. So if she's reminded of it, then great. And so you're nothing on the cooker for now, but you're stewing, you're percolating.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we very much look forward to seeing what you got coming up next. And also worth noting that Cleo Maloney, I think is her name, the actress in this one, is up for the Timmy Award tonight. So,
yeah,
I mean, considering you said she wasn't an actor before this.
Yeah, she's a painter. Like she's an artist.
Oh, incredible!
She's an amazing painter. Like she has really great paintings.
Amazing.
Want to be in this? And she was like, sure. It's kind of just like a random thing.
Well, you're a great casting agent, I guess. Then, Will, thanks for being with us. I think we're gonna good luck to you, and thanks again for blessing us with another one of your wonderful films. Take care.
Having me.
I believe Rob is jumping back in the chat after this. Rob, are you there?
Hey.
Oh, there he is.
You know, it's not a screen test without one of the Nordstrom boys.
What is going on? What are they putting their
I have no
lemonade
idea.
over there?
Ridiculously talented. They compose the music. They play it. They make the movies. They act in them.
And his brother is. Did he go to film school?
Jack Nordstrom. I think Jack is now at. I want to say USC. We can check on that later. But yeah, of course.
He has a cameo in the film.
It's an incredible cameo. Yeah, in that film. So, great job. Great job.
Incredible.
Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. We'll see you soon. Okay, everybody. Now, this is something, as they say, and now for something completely different. You guys are going to love this movie. It cracked me up. It's directed by Jared Goudsmit and Olivia Squires. I'm not going to say anything else. It's called Potluck. Here it is.
Would you like an almond? No, thank you. Okay. Would you like an almond? I'd rather not. All right. So, the potluck. Define potluck. There's going to be food. I'll bring almonds. Almonds are good. I agree. But they're not an entree. Define entree. Who could that be? Hello. A surprise invitation. Would you like an egg? You can keep it. I brought plenty to share. They give me indigestion. Do you have any almonds? They're in the kitchen. Anyway, the block party. The potluck. The potluck block party. I've got some ideas. Where did you... What? For the potluck, I've got some ideas. Ideas? Themes. What? For the potluck. Block party. Here's what I'm thinking. We don't do themes. Luau. No. Christmas. Tacky. Royal function. Huh. I kind of like that. We don't do themes. Why don't we do themes? They limit our choices for the entrees. The entrees don't have to be themed, only the decor. That's a really good point. Got to love good decor. Where did you come from? Oh, just in the neighborhood. Pop-Tart? Absolutely not. Thank you. Look, the whole point of a potluck is the variety of the cuisine. What kind of cuisine? I wondered about that too. Where did are you? Got some almonds. Those are good. Am I the only one here who cares about tradition? We tried theming once. Supreme Court, remember? Vividly. It did not lend itself to varied cuisine. Not what I'd call a good potluck. Or a good block party. I mean, we've got to have something of substance, ladies. I brought cheese. Good thinking. This is delicious. I love cheese. Who invited her? I might have some hummus, but I've got to check. This is really going to bring the neighborhood together. No, none of you are invited to the potluck. Get out of my house. On what grounds, you miserable wench? None of you brought proper entrees. Who needs an entree? Everybody needs an entree. Hey, were those almonds over in the kitchen? Yeah. I thought they were cashews. No, cashews are all bent up, see? I'm really allergic to almonds. Are you? Yeah, really allergic to almonds, not cashews. Well, that could be a problem. Could someone pass the carrots? Stop that! I don't even know who you are! Don't. Don't you dare. Ah. Well, that's disgusting. That's it. Block parties are canceled. You mean potlucks?
Hi guys. Where'd Olivia go? Are you there? Hi. Are you on? Can we hear you?
Hello.
Hi. Olivia, say hi. Olivia?
Olivia.
Oh my God, this like. Oh, we're connecting your audio. Are you there? She's muted. You're muted. I think you're muted.
Hello?
Oh, you're there. Oh, I was worried about you. So which one of you played the characters in this movie? I don't know. So I just want to congratulate both of you. We've shown hundreds of movies on Screen Test, and this is the very first one that features on-screen vomiting. So well done. This movie's hysterical. I don't know what else to say. It is so funny. How did this happen? Well, I should say one of the comments says soccer mom PTA vibes happening. So that's I think that does it. So what is going on here with this movie?
Well, it started as there's a whoever said PTA, you're absolutely
That's
right.
exactly what we were going for.
Oh, no
That's
kidding.
Exactly what we were going for. The character, the costumes and the characters were based on a musical that I co-wrote with a friend of mine named Max, who also did the lovely music at the beginning and end.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we were going to make a film adaptation of that musical.
Okay.
But we didn't have the time for it when we were doing all the shooting. So we're like, we're going to make an original 5-minute script right now. Let's go. Beyond that, I have no idea what we blacked out. And when we woke up, it was written.
Yeah. Pretty
So
much.
you don't have time to make the musical, but you have time to get into various costumes and wigs and go back and forth and do this. Is there an inspiration? Is there like a comedic inspiration or anything that drove this?
I mean, we were actually talking about this earlier about how
I mean, Olivia, you can. We're both very inspired by the dialogue of the Coen brothers. Very
Oh,
weird.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a rhythm to it. Absolutely.
Yes. And we tried to maintain. It was hard to maintain a rhythm when the whip pans sort of occupy like half the film, but I think we kept it like crisp. I think it turned out really nice.
It did turn out really nice, and actually, I mean, it's consistent. It works. You know, we see interaction between the characters. So was that difficult for you? Did you just shoot each scene as one character and you just shot all of one character's stuff and then just jump to the next character?
Yeah, we shot one day, it was just the blonde lady. Just our first day was mostly just the blonde lady and then the lady with the pink hat. And that took up probably from 9 o'clock in the morning until the sunset. Like, you know, as long as we could go. And then did it take us 2 or 3 days to film Jared? But yeah, every day was basically separate times for each character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone, I Am Wise, asks, how long did filming take overall?
I think it was 2 days of shooting, but I'm not sure. I think it was 2 days that we did blonde lady in pink hat, and then we did blue-haired lady, white-haired lady. And
Jared, please, they have names. Come on, show some respect
They do
here.
have names.
They do have names.
They have names. They have names. The blonde-haired lady is named Jean Marie. White-haired lady is named Beth. Blue-haired lady is named Deborah. Lady with glasses is named Margaret. And lady with pink hat is named Rhonda.
That's very respectful of you. So that great job. What was it like behind the scenes? Who's running the camera? Olivia, you are.
It was something else.
So it's basically just you two in the room, right?
Yeah, we did everything besides music.
And are you, I mean, you have to crack up a lot while you're doing this, right? Are you just like, this is so ridiculous. Who's going to watch this? Who's going to even, I mean, have you shown this to other people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Some friends.
Yeah.
We had to keep it unlisted because we've been submitting to some festivals that require us to stay off of YouTube. You guys might be one of them.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do that too. And once this festival's over, we do not show it. You can't see it anywhere else but here. So the whip pan is, I mean, it's pretty seamless. You don't. I mean, was that difficult to kind of match shots and all that stuff?
Yeah, so this was the first time I've ever done camera work. And so, yeah, that was really hard. And so, I had to like hit the camera basically so that it would flow. And then it needed to land in the exact same place every time. And actually there are a couple shots where you can see that I messed up a little bit on that. There's like a little corner of dining room.
Nah, it goes so fast you don't even notice that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So looking at some comments of, why does Jared look so pretty? Congratulations. Why do you look so pretty?
Nice. Oh, it was all Olivia's exceptional wig work, makeup work, incredible work all around. We were laying out those costumes the same night that we made the script.
Mm-hmm.
That day we were lying out costumes on my couch right over there, and just trying to mix and match to make all the characters give them all a little persona. We decided that the pink hat lady Rhonda was the soccer mom, and worked from there.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's the Karen of the group? Oh, Jean Marie.
Jean Marie, okay.
Blonde-haired lady. Her entrees have to be just so.
And what was the vomit?
Boiled milk on accident. And food dye. Green food dye. I think we used some red food dye. It was supposed to be just normal milk, and then Jared put it in his mouth, and he was like,
God.
Terrible.
I was like, it tastes so bad. Please get the shot so I can spit this out. We thought it was the food dye tasting bad, and then we checked the expiration date after filming.
Okay. Well, you two are thoroughly disgusting. So, Yeah, what an achievement, right? So, all right, I think our time's up. You guys, this was just so fun. You guys, I could talk to you for all night. It's just such a great job. Will you ever? Are you gonna work on something else? Are you just done with each other? I mean,
Oh, man. Well, we're still just discussing. We have no. I'm seeing comments. We're still discussing, but we're thinking about trying out a full-length film script.
All right. I think there's a future for Jean Marie, if you ask me. So, yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much, both of you. I think you did a great job. It's hysterical. Comedy is really hard, and you pulled it off fantastically,
Thank you.
both of you. So, thanks, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Yeah, hysterical. All right, so let's move on to our next film. We got 2 left, and then we're done. The next film is by Yanu Wei. It is called Instinct. You will be blown away by it. Let's go to it right now. All right, and we're back, and I'm with a dog. I'm talking to a dog. Oh, there you are. Hi. Okay. And you do go by Norman. So Norman, this is a fantastic job. How did you do this? What did you use to make this? And tell us a little bit about it.
Right. So it is 3D animation, and a lot of programs were used to make this film. So like basically I would design the story first, right, and have an idea like what kind of animation I would want to produce. And for this one especially, the thing that happened is like I actually had a very different ideas at first, but like 2 months into it, I realized the idea didn't work so well, so I kind of had another ideas. But at that time, I kind of have I kind of know what the look's gonna be, right? What kind of look for this film.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically figure out a story based on the look that I have.
Sure.
And so the entire
Go ahead.
right. So I started this film back in May last year, which is like around this time. So and I finished it in January of this year. So it's 8 months.
Amazing. And there are a lot of influences. I think some people mentioned there's some E.T. vibe, a little bit of Pixar going on, and even and I thought this too, and someone else commented that there's kind of a Frankenstein recreation there.
Right.
Is that kind of how what were your influences in making this?
Right. Like it definitely have a lot of influence from Pixar stuff, right? Like out of 3D animations I've done, like it looks like E.T. Like all of these films.
How long did it make you to make this?
8 months.
Oh, you said 8 months. That's a very long time.
Right.
Is it very hard on the computer? Does it take long to render a scene or the film?
Right. So for the rendering, I just use like a rendering service for this one because it's
really?
a lot of because it's like more than 8 minutes of animation, right? So each frame, 1 second is 24 frames, that kind of stuff, right? Together, it's like 12,000 frames.
Mm-hmm.
So for this one, on some scenes, right, we're talking like each frame takes like 5 minutes to render for each frame. So I had to use a service. I had to use a render service. But like the longest part is definitely like the making of the film, right? And
sure.
Right, like it took me like a month or two to figure out what the story is going to be and sort of like try and experiment what kind of like the look I'm gonna get. And then like 3 to 4 months, just animating everything, right? Frame by frames. And then like another month, wrap it up, right? Like post edit.
Yeah, and in the end, it's a classic love story. It's someone who's finds a love and then loses a love and then gets the love back. We've seen it so many times, but this is so wonderfully done. Someone mentioned how nicely you gave emotion to your robots. Was that hard? How did you do that?
Oh, I didn't expect that, right? Because like the rig only have like 2 eyes. You can see only the way to show emotions only from 2 eyes, right?
Yeah.
I never thought it would actually work. So yeah, kind of felt like. Yeah, I never thought it would work so well.
Yeah, I mean, so you sent out the file to a rendering studio that put it out. So you didn't know what you were going to get when you got it back, did you?
No, I do. I know what I'm going to get.
Oh, you know what you're going to get. Okay.
Yeah, I just don't have I don't have the time to render every single frame on my computer, right?
Julia's asking. No, I'm sorry. Carol is asking. Did you work on the animation alone? Holy crap!
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
you did it by yourself. Where's the music from? It's such a wonderful, eclectic soundtrack.
So part of music, you're right. So part of the soundtrack is from a friend of mine, right? Who did So she did one of the soundtrack for me, and the rest, I didn't do the soundtrack.
Okay, but it's really nice because you have this kind of like Spanish Portuguese guitar, and it goes into this classical sort of. So okay, Bella says robot love is so cute. So nice work on that. Is this your true love, animation like this?
I'm sorry?
Is this your true love, doing animation?
Yes.
It is.
Absolutely.
And have you made movies before? I mean, you must have.
Yeah, this wasn't my first animation, right? But it's the first time where I try a lot of things.
What's the program you used to put this together?
So I use a program called for the animation by itself, right? The 3D program's called Cinema 4D. It's like something like Blender and Maya, right? I think a lot of people heard have heard of before.
Sure.
And I use a different like a third-party rendering engine, you know, and that kind of stuff. And then for the raining, I use other like a separate plugin to do the raining. And then for the post-production, right, for like After Effects, Premiere Pro, and Photoshop, there's like 6 softwares.
So when you're done with the movie, how do you feel?
Yeah, it feels great, right? Like, you know, 8 months of work, right? Like, it just like, wow, so it really becomes something, right?
I imagine you're also submitting it into other festivals.
Yes.
Okay, and are you going to college next year?
No.
You're what grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior. You have one more year.
Yeah.
Good. That means you can send us one more movie next year. So, Norman, what an achievement. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. I think it's just a wonderful film. You have a remarkable talent, and you're an artist. I mean, you paint your canvas beautifully. So thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We have one more film, and we're gonna have Shane present that for us. So, Shane, are you there? He's coming in. Shane.
I'm back.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's a junior in high school.
I know. Yeah. What's wrong with kids today?
I don't know. I was making films in high school, but they did not look like that.
No. It's what a rare talent he has. So, all right, we've got one more. Do you mind? Can you take care of it?
Absolutely, of course.
It's a great one. All right, thank you.
Of course. So the next one, we get some of these, I think, almost every year, and these are incredible when you have sort of an undertaking from a wide variety of creators here. But this one is called Stitching a Life: The Story of Trudy Strobel. It's out of Studio City, California, and if you'll excuse me for checking my notes, there's a lot of names here involved with this are Spirit Avedon, Natasha Clement, Lila Dworsky-Hickey, Ian Kim, Miranda Lewis, Alexander McDaniel, Josiah McZeal, Hank Schoen, Coleman Weintraub, Jocelyn Vega, and Fernanda Zaragoza. So let's take a look.
My parents expected a child. Papa found a doll that he liked and he brought it home. The Stalinist police came in. Vasilia Laboon, you have to come with us. This was in November 37, and I was born in March of 38. When I was just 3 weeks old, that she travel and go to where the prison was. I have to see my husband. He has to see his little girl. And they said he's no longer here. He was taken to Siberia. It was now 1942, and the Nazis come in. Take whatever you can, and all I had was my beautiful doll that I called Papa. Our destination was Loch. And as we arrived, we had to undress women and children. I don't know what they did. I just held on to my mother. Mama had to go to their factory to be a seamstress. I went with her. I'm standing there with my doll, and a Nazi Gestapo came and he tore it away from me. Now I'm screaming and crying, and Mama said, "Shah, quiet." So I stayed quiet. In a few months, we were told to get whatever we had to go to the train station. The soldiers everywhere with their rifles and pushing and schnell, dreckige Juden, schnell rein. And I looked down and there was this big German shepherd and he was gnarling with his teeth. I see these very shiny boots, and to this day, I can never wear boots. And so we are in this cattle wagon. Not enough room for everyone even to sit down on the ground. It was 2 days that we were in there, no food and nothing to drink. All you smell is the worst in the world. They open the door, raus ihr Juden. As we arrived, there were lots of houses. These were all barracks. The mattresses were filled with straw, and at this point, the straw became mush, like moist sawdust. And the food was a thin soup and a piece of bread. What I lived through was cold, fear, verbal abuse, and hunger. That's all I knew. From that camp, we were moved to one more. And somehow, because Mother had sewed one of these coats, I could stay with her. You cannot believe that that is the most wondrous thing in my life, that I was saved. One day, everything was quiet, and an American soldier comes, and he says, "You are free. The war is over." My mother, she says, "Trudele, you have to get up. We have to go. We're going to America." What a hopeful thing in her brain. Here we are loading on the truck, and we're coming to this displacement camp. Oh, you cannot believe the joy. We got soap and towels and new clothes. And most of all, we smelled food. That was the joy of our time, to go to the cafeteria and get food. One day, a group of women come in that were from the Red Cross, and they brought all the children a wooden box with pencils and erasers, and in mine they had beads. I still see myself today. It was such a joy for me. And she said, "Trudele, we'll make something of this." I said, "Mama, could it be a goose?" And we had no fabric, so one of her skirts was black. Not one of her, the only skirt that she wore. She tore a piece off, and then she taught me how to embroider this goose. And I then went with my mama, and she got work in little towns. And it was time that we could come to America. It took about 6 days to cross the Atlantic. So one day the captain says, "Statue of Liberty." It was such a wondrous thing. We go on top, Mama cried. The time went by, now I'm 18. And a friend of Mama's, Tante Teresa, she comes and she says, "Masha, do I have a wonderful, nice Jewish boy for Gertrude?" And you know, eyes can tell stories together. And we were married. So I went and studied to be a nurse. I had finished all my prerequisites, and I became deeply depressed. I had to go and see a psychiatrist. And I mentioned my doll that was lost. And he says, "Well, Trudy, wouldn't you like to dress a doll like your doll was dressed?" You know, suddenly a spark came into my brain. I thought, well, that's a good idea. I asked doctor, why did we have to wear the Star of David? And there I learned that we had to dress differently outside for 11 centuries. I thought I must make 11 costumes of the centuries. It took a whole year for me to finish this collection. It was a year of tears, and it actually saved my life. When I was done, I took it to the Holocaust Museum. I am from a time where I was nothing more than an ant or a bug that you step on. And here I come to them, and they accepted it. I just need to read something in the end. 49 Muslims were killed in New Zealand in their mosque. When I heard that, you know, it hurt me deeply. You see, hate comes out in different ways. Even in our country, we have to be very careful to judge it the right way, because this is terrible. This is the right of every human being, that they can believe what they want to believe. We need respect. We have to respect each other in our country. I am Trudy Strobel, a master embroiderer and an artist. Und entsteht ist heiß.
Unter der belehrten kleine Kinderlach, dem alle Face.
Suction noch einmal
und
und
Tage
Tagchen noch einmal.
einmal.
Comets are left all.
Amazing. We are here with Ian Kim and Lila Dworsky Hickey. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for having us.
That movie, I mean, that film is incredible. It's a beautiful story. It's sad, but it's incredibly hopeful, and it is just sort of bursting at the seams with creativity. Can you guys maybe tell us about your individual roles in this and how this project came to be? Because it's a collaborative effort, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll go first. So, all of us, our 11-person team, we all co-animated, we all co-directed together. And so we were all involved every step of the way, you know, watching the interview as you saw in the video and doing the animation and then reading over the transcripts, you know, kind of like directing how the film would go. You know, we were all intimately involved with the process. And we all had our different animation styles and things that we did that made the different parts distinct.
Yeah, so it was a summer program at Harvard Westlake School called the Righteous Conversations Project. And so we were, 11 young people working together. For me personally, it was my first time doing anything film related. I actually did the program because of a connection I have personally to Trudy. I've been working on a project that is more focused on like her art. So that's how I heard about the program and got involved. But yeah, so the Righteous Conversations Project is just like trying to connect teens with the last generation of living Holocaust survivors. So yeah, it was a really amazing experience.
Yeah, I mean, it turned out incredible. So you had the connection with Trudy before this actual project?
Yeah, so my friend Maya and I, actually when the film was being made, we were in the process of putting together an exhibit of Trudy's artwork. So I got to know Trudy through that. And yeah, we actually showed the film at the opening exhibit, and yeah, it was really
she is an incredible storyteller. You know, it's like it oscillates from you're laughing 1 second to 3 seconds later, your heart is breaking. Where did the decision come in? Because at the end, it was really impactful, really kind of knocked the wind out of me, her statement about hatred, because it, like, as you're watching it, I think you really sort of are like, wow, we're learning about something in the past that was really brutal. And then she sort of stops everything and reminds people that there is a root to this. Where did the decision come in to include that at the end there?
Well, I think that just like Ian said, that there was like about like an hour of footage of Trudy telling her story, and we had to cut that down a lot. And I think that going through it, that part just felt really important, because I think that after listening to Trudy tell her story, we all felt that what we really got out of it was that like it's storytelling is so important, and learning people's stories and learning history is so important because it's so relevant today. And Trudy's story is obviously very sadly relevant today. So we just felt that was like, since it was something that we got out of hearing her story, it felt like a key part of the film.
Yeah.
And yes.
Sorry, go ahead, Ian.
And so, you know, at the end of the story, obviously, you know, respect and love are, you know, it focuses on, you know, how they're still relevant today, how they're relevant to her then, and how they're relevant to us now. In the same way, sort of hate is, you know, all connected. And so from learning from those experiences in the past, from her experience in the past, we can, you know, get important, you know, messages and, you know, learn how to, you know, stave off hate in the future. And
how was just as a collaborative effort? This seems like such an undertaking. Was it tough did you guys have a hand in like sort of organizing all of these different creators kind of putting forth these little scenes, or was it, I imagine that was a little stressful.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. So as I mentioned, we had the transcript and we were all there for the interview. And then afterwards, we weren't just animating, we were also going through the transcript and, finding stuff that we thought, was connected or was important or was relevant. And so we all were involved in that and coordinated kind of the different themes and how they would fit into the story. And then we also all thought about, the animation style, not just, what we know or, what we're good at, but also what would fit the story elements. So we spent a lot of time thinking about not just the animation, but also how it would work with the themes and the story.
Well, it turned out incredible. My hats are off to you and all of the creators involved with this. Lila, I know you said you hadn't done animation before this, but do both of you plan to continue sort of animation or filmmaking otherwise?
Well, I mean, like maybe it's not like a career path for me. Like I said, it was my first time doing anything like having to do with animation and film or anything. So I mean, like we'll see. Like, it was definitely like a really like kind of opened me up to the possibility that that could be something that I continue to do, because it was really, really fun. But I guess it's not directly like what I'm planning on continuing, but I am continuing to work with Trudy and study her story and study her art. So that part I am continuing to do, yeah.
So this is actually the second time I've done this program. I did it last year. It was called Hold the Sun in Your Hands, the Erica Jacobi story. It's very fun. And so right now, actually, since we can't have this program again this summer because of the whole coronavirus thing, I've been working with these teens all over the world, and it's called the COVIDeo Project. And so it's teens documenting how coronavirus affects them. And so it's been going on for the last month or so. And I've just been working with other people from 18 countries, gathering footage and compiling videos. And so that's kind of the video thing I'm doing right now.
Well, I want to thank you both for doing this. You should be incredibly proud. So people in the comments are saying this entire evening was such a feast of talent, and I agree. And this film, I think, is very emblematic of just the wealth of talent we've seen tonight. I wish you both the best of luck in your futures. I think you've definitely got a knack for this, and I look forward to seeing what you do next.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. I think that about wraps it up for our film for the evening, and we're going to check back in with old Rob Palekis. There he is.
Shane.
What a capper for the evening.
How about,
Holy moly.
frankly, I'm getting tired of the overachievers in this world. It's just too much, it's just too much pressure on the rest of us who are just trying to get by. So what a beautiful film. What a great film. What a great film. Shane, thank you so much for helping me out. You got a lot of people who love what you do. Can you give a plug one more time for what you're working on and send people in that direction?
Yeah, we're going to be, we'll be doing another season of BuzzFeed Unsolved later this year or whenever. But in the meantime, you can find me over at youtube.com/watcher. We're releasing stuff over there every week. So, but most of it eventually from my apartment, but we'll see what happens.
Well, can you come home for a little while so we can see you again soon?
I'd love to. Yeah. I had it penciled in my calendar to be home in April for this again, but oh well.
All right. Well, we'll plan on it again soon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Best of health to you, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
All right,
guys.
Thanks. Okay, everyone, this is the moment. First of all, I need you to help out. Do you have your cell phones ready? Get your cell phones out. We are going to text for your favorite, vote for your favorite film via text. So if you got your cell phone here, let me turn off my TikTok. Here we go. Here we go. Take your cell phone, and we're going to show a video. The number is going to be up on top. John, can you run that? You've got 1 minute to vote. Oh, by the way, put the number, only the number of the film you're voting for, not the title, just the number. John, hit it. Is it there? Coming up? There we go. And if I'm still live, text the number 585-299-9807 and vote for the number of your favorite film. Votes will be tabulated instantly or instantaneously. Great. 40 seconds left. Keep voting, everyone. Just put the number in. Hurdy. Get your votes in. All right. Are the votes all in? Has everyone voted? We're still coming in. John, I think I know our voting our tabulators, our voting counting people are hard at work. John, can we see that? Are they there? Yeah. Let's look into the voting room. Let's see. Oh, there. Okay, there they are. God, they're working hard. Wait a minute. They're not even counting votes. They're just answering phones right now. All right, get that out of here. Oh man. Oh, great. Are the votes in? Still coming in. Let's give it 15 more seconds, and then we're going to give away some awards here. Yeah, they're coming in real good. All right. We see a front runner. Oh, we got a winner coming out. All right. We got, looks like we're going to have a winner here. Shh. Want to make sure it's not heard over the... I think we've got a winner, don't we? Yeah, we do. Okay. So, our audience award determined by you, the viewer. We ready, John? Ready. And the winner is... Stitching a Life, the story of Trudy Strobel. All right, guys. All right, can we go to them? No. Congratulations, you are the audience award winners.
The viewer. You ready, John?
Thank you.
Hey, congrats. All right, quick acceptance speech to the audience.
Thanks to Harvard Westlake, the Arts Conversations Project, Sherry Galkey, just my mom.
Yeah,
it's great.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, we have more awards to give away, so stick around. We'll see what happens. That was great. Congratulations. Thank you, audience. Let's move on to our next award. This is going to be our Timmy Award. Tim Philbin was a Chicago area actor, so accomplished, and he was a friend of the Prairie Center, a friend of all of us here, who passed away way too soon in 2 years ago, in 2018. So we thought the best way to keep his memory alive is to name an award after him, the Timmy. And this goes to the best actor, best acting performance in a screen test film. And that award goes to, ready? It goes to Cleo Maloney for Rita. And that's going to be an accepting for Cleo. Is he there? So, Will, you're going to accept Cleo won Best Actor for Rita. Sorry, are you muted? We can't hear you.
Yeah, here. Let me just turn off this. I'm watching it live streaming right now.
Go turn it off. Yeah, we got nothing else going on. We're fine. Yeah.
Okay, ready.
So Cleo won Best Actor award.
I can let her know to see if she could get on.
Is she available?
I think so.
Well, go ahead, text her right now. We'll wait.
Okay.
What the heck?
We can run that video.
Yeah, well, that's awesome.
Yeah, she in her first acting performance. This happens every now and then where someone who hasn't performed before, also all of a sudden shows this incredible natural talent, and I think that's with Cleo. I mean, she did great. Is she responding?
No, I just texted her.
And she's not doing it.
Yeah, like it's not a big deal. Like,
she's not doing anything. What is she doing?
I think she said she is having like either tutoring someone or having a tutor, but not she's not saying that right now. She said that earlier. She said like I might not be able to do it.
Well, she's
but
busy. Well, listen, we have to move on. So go ahead, give a quick acceptance on Cleo's behalf.
Okay. Yeah, like she is amazing. Like I'm so happy that she won this award, and like it's insane because she's like not even, she doesn't even want to be an actress, and like she was able to do this.
This might change. Yeah, this will change things. This will change things. I'm telling you right now. Hey, Will, are you a senior now?
I'm going to be a senior.
So you're a junior.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we have one more Nordstrom film to hopefully show next year, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. All right, I'm holding you to it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Will. Great job.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to move on to our next award. It is Achievement in Writing, Best Writing, and I've got the award right here. And the Best Writing Award goes to Better Off, and that is for Kylie Boyd and Jules Brown. Jules, are you there? Uh-oh. This happens. Live TV. Jules. You just won Best Writing. Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Hi.
There you go. Better Off. Kylie Boyd, Jules Brown. Each you guys get an award for Best Writing at Screen Test.
Thanks.
This is worth $100, and I actually have one trophy for each of you.
Amazing. I will make sure to contact her to make sure she gets it.
I bet you will. Yeah. What's a quick acceptance speech? Let's hear it. Well, that was a quick acceptance speech. That's the way you get out of it. Oh no, she cut out. We lost you. Well, listen. Go to Screen Test on Facebook and post something, okay? So we're going to have to move on. Congratulations, Jules. It's a great film, so wonderful. Why don't we move on to our Achievement in Production Values? And I've got the award right here. And if we're ready, the award for Achievement in Production Values goes to the film Instinct. And that's Norman Way. Norman, are you there?
Yes, I am. Yes.
You are the winner of Achievement in Production Values for Screen Test. So there you go. This is yours. You'll have to come over here and pick it up. So
yeah, I will see if I can do that.
Yeah, our budget's shot. We have no way to do this, but it does come with a $100 award. So quick acceptance speech from you, please, for this.
Well, I do. I never expect this to happen. Yeah.
Well, you did a great.
What to say?
You know what? You did a fantastic job. It's up there. You know, you did a beautiful job. I wish you the best, and keep it up because I think you have a lot of success in your future. So here you go. This will be for you. So thank you, Norman.
Thank you so much.
Great, thank you. All right, our top 3 films. We're gonna move right on. This is a $100 prize for the third place of Screen Test, our 14th annual. It's a very competitive festival. We get a lot of submissions each year, so it gets harder and harder. The films get better and better. So I think this is the cream of the crop. And our winner for our third place Screen Test goes to Esperanza. Chloe, are you there?
Yes, I'm right here.
Third place in Screen Test. This is for you.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Give us your best acceptance speech.
I mean, I'm just glad that you guys were able to appreciate the story, and I'm glad that the message is being spread now, something that should be talked about more. So, yeah, thank you.
Great job. You're very eloquent, and I think you're a wonderful filmmaker. We're going to get this to you. I'm going to. You also get $100 with it. Hey, $100, man. Right?
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'll be in touch with you, and we'll figure out some way to get that to you. Venmo, maybe Venmo. We'll see. But
possibly, yeah.
Congratulations. Great job.
Thank you. Thank
Thanks.
you.
We're now going to move on to our second place award. This is worth $250. Getting a little better now. And the winner is Brutus. Julia Samborski, you won second place for Brutus, and this is worth $250. So in addition to winning Best in Show yesterday, you're now taking home a second place. It's so nice to see kind of a hometownish person win this. So give us your best acceptance speech.
Okay, to be fair, everybody was so good. I did not think I was going to win anything at this point. But maybe sometimes you can be good at things. It's just cool sometimes.
Well, you were really good at this, and you absolutely deserve it. I cannot wait to see what else you come up with. You're just so terrific. So thank you. We'll be in touch to talk about your award and how to get this to you. My best wishes and best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Julia. All right, it's the moment we've been waiting for. It's our big prize. God, they get heavier. This is our Best in Show. It is worth a $500 cash prize. That's pretty good money. And the winner for our Best in Show for Screen Test 2020 is Stitching a Life.
Wow.
So you guys did it. This is great. And I think if you watched the other films tonight, you had some stiff competition. So congratulations on this outstanding achievement. Let's hear some words from you.
Wow, just thanks, Sharon, Sam, Righteous Conversations, and Trudy most of all, because couldn't have been possible without her. But wow, and everyone else in this festival was just amazing. It was a great festival.
Anything else?
Yeah, thank you so much. All the films were so amazing. I feel so honored to have worked on this film and worked with Trudy. Her story is really an important one to share. So
it's an extremely important story, and it's so beautifully told. Thanks to you two and so many other people who worked on the project. So this goes out to you, and we'll be in touch about getting this award into the right hands. Right. So thank you so much. Congratulations, and ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up for Screen Test 2020. Thanks so much for watching. I had so much fun. I cannot believe the quality of films we had this year. They're only going to get better for 2021. Stay tuned. We got, I shouldn't say stay tuned, but keep in touch with us. We got great films coming up in a year from now. Until then, keep making those movies and keep watching movies. Thanks, everyone. Good night.